So what you'll need is 400 grams of dark chocolate, 100 grams of unsalted butter, 175 grams of brown sugar, 3 eggs and 75 grams of self-rising flour. This is the base for the brownies. For the toppings you can choose whatever you like, but I'm going to make a chocolate ganache, which I'm going to spread on the brownies so that all of the toppings are going to stick. For the chocolate ganache you'll need 90 grams of dark chocolate and 50 milliliters of heavy cream. And to top the brownies off, I'm going to use roughly 30 grams of chopped walnuts. As you can see, I've chopped them pretty fine. You can choose how fine you make them. If you like them chunky, leave them chunky. Some mini marshmallows. I'm not really going to give a measurement for this. It's basically how much you like. You can pretty much destroy your brownie with a lot of marshmallows or just sprinkle some of them. And the same for these chocolatey balls. I really can't say it with a straight face. I swear I'm mature. Some crispy chocolate balls. Again, the amount is up to you. Let's do this. So what you want to do first is take a microwave safe bowl, put your chocolate and butter in there and just let them melt. Once the chocolate and the butter have melted, it should look something like this. So at this point you just give it a stir so that everything is mixed up. And there you go. Now let's just set it aside and take a large mixing bowl. First let's crack our eggs in there. Now let's take a whisk and whisk it up. Then add the sugar, whisk it up again. The flour, more of a gentle whisk, so that the flour doesn't go everywhere. There you go, everything is mixed up. Now it's time to add the butter and the chocolate. Just scoop it in there and give everything a final whisk. Now let's move on to baking. Here I have a rectangular baking tray that I've covered in baking paper. I don't know the exact measurements at the moment. I'll put them in the description below. You can also use a round shape, but your brownies will probably be thicker. So just scrape your batter into your baking tray. Spread it around into a nice even layer. If you want a thicker brownie, you can just double the ingredients. There you go. It looks like a nice even layer. Now they're ready for the oven. So I've preheated my oven to 200 degrees Celsius and now I'm going to put them in for roughly 25 to 30 minutes. So now let's make the chocolate ganache. Take a bowl and put your chocolate in there and pour the cream over them. We're going to heat it up in the microwave, but it's quite important to not overheat the cream. So just pop it in there for 15 seconds, give it a stir, pop it in there for 10 seconds, give it another stir. Just repeat that process until everything is melted. I think this is good enough. My chocolate is starting to melt and I'm just going to give it a good stir until everything is incorporated. There you go, it should look something like this. Now let's decorate our brownies. So take your brownies and put your chocolate ganache over them. There you go. And now it's time to decorate it. First with the walnuts, then the marshmallows, and finally the crispy balls. I like to finish it off by pressing down a bit on the marshmallows to make sure that they stick into the ganache. And there you go, it's done. You can pretty much eat them right away, just cut them up and serve them out. What I also like to do is just let the ganache firm up a bit in the refrigerator or just leave it out like that. And they're ready to be eaten.